All right, so in today's assignment, we are going to complete the Fonts Have Feelings worksheet activity. And what you're going to do is learn how to download and install fonts on your computer, and you're going to learn how to find fonts that represent the type of project you are creating. So what you're going to do is go ahead and click on the worksheet, and you're going to download it and install it in Illustrator. So you go to the three dots, open a new window, and then hit download right here. Click on the three dots again and hit download. Sometimes the download button will appear right here. Once it's downloaded on your computer, you're going to open it in Illustrator. You may get a pop-up message asking you to like activate the fonts or something. Go ahead and hit close or continue, either one, and it should let you proceed and move on. All right, so this is what it looks like. And what you're going to do is you're going to take these fonts that I've given you, and you're going to find fonts that are representative of those words. So you will navigate to dafont.com. Okay, so it's dafont.com. Looks just like this. This is where you're going to find the fonts for your projects from here on out, unless you have something installed on your computer that you want to use. So you could scroll through this website and find thousands and thousands of fonts you want to use for many different projects. All right, so the first one, it says Happy Halloween. So you're going to look for a font that looks like it should say Happy Halloween. Okay, so you're going to go to dafont.com, and you've got some subjects here that you can just go through. And I'm going to go look for either destroy or horror, maybe even distorted. We're going to start with horror because obviously that would probably be your best place to start for that font. So you can scroll down and you can choose any one of these fonts. I don't care which one. I'm going to choose this one, the Friday the 13th. And what you do is come over to where it says download, and you go ahead and hit download, and it downloaded it to my computer. I'm going to go ahead and open up that file. So I can click right here on this arrow in Chrome. If you don't see it there, you should be able to go to your Finder, and it'll bring up your Finder that it looks like this. Once I've downloaded it, I'm going to go ahead and install it. So I have to double click on this folder that is zipped. Okay, so it looks like a zipped folder. And then let me increase the size of these so you can see them. I don't know if I can. Yeah, so once it's downloaded, you're going to open up your folder, and then sometimes you have a whole bunch of different fonts in here. Okay, so the ones that we're going to download are the ones with the extension .otf. Okay, this says it has a bonus font. I'm going to go ahead and open that and see what it looks like. Sometimes you use them, sometimes you don't. So if I double click, it'll open up the font preview, and I hit install, and that's it. It installed it on my computer. I'm going to close that out and go to the next one, which is this one, the bonus. I don't know what that is, but we'll see. Okay, and then hit install. So now they are in my fonts on my computer, and I think those are the only ones that I'm going to activate. So the OTF, the difference between OTF and TTL are the OTF usually come with extra characters to give you little swooshes and things like that at the end of your fonts. And we'll talk about that a little bit more once we get deeper into the fonts. But now that I know they're installed, I'm going to make a note of what they're called. So Friday the 13th or Friday 13, I'm going to close all of these out. And then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to double click and highlight my font. Up here on my character panel, I'm going to go here. And if you're not seeing this panel up here, you're going to go to Window and make sure your control bar is opened. Also make sure your toolbar is opened at this point. So I'm going to go here to my character and I'm going to choose my font. I can type it in right here. So I'm going to just type in Friday and see if it appears, and it should. So I have two, remember, the bonus and then this one. I'm going to go ahead and use this one. So I'm going to click on that, and this is what it's going to look like. So I want to increase the size of this to make it bigger. I kind of want it to fit up the whole box. So I'm going to go ahead and increase the size. And you can see what's happening is that it's kind of wrapping around and I'm losing my font. So what I need to do, it's created in a text box. I need to expand that text box. So I'm going to go to my selection tool and I'm just going to make this a little bit larger. I just pull it from the corner and allow it to fit right within that space. Okay, so if it looks like this and you've got that little plus right there, that means, hey, there's text outside of this box. You need to expand your text box. Okay, so that's when you just come in and stretch it out like that. All right, so now that I've done that, the next step is to actually turn your text into an outline. And this is really important when you want to make things like the shirts and stickers and stuff like that. So what we have to do is convert our text from a text into a shape. And to do that, you select it, and then you can go to Object, Expand, OK, and then Object. You should see Create Outlines in here. If you don't, then you should be OK. Or you can right-click. I'm going to undo that really quick. Or you can right-click and hit Create Outlines. Okay, when you do Create Outlines, what that did, it made it into a shape, and now you can come in and modify your letters by using the Direct Select tool. So if you notice all of these anchor points, now I can come in here, and if I double click on a point, I can come in here and modify this if I wanted to. Okay, there'll be a time and place for that, but this is not it. But I just want you guys to convert it to outlines. That's it. You can go ahead and change the color of your font. So if you notice, when I click on the color and I change it, it's only going to change whatever is black. Okay, that's because it hasn't been told to fill in the inside yet. So what I need to do to fill in the inside, if you want to, you don't have to, on this font, is click on your letters, and I'm going to go to my Live Paint Bucket tool. The Live Paint Bucket tool is, the shortcut is the letter K, but it's located underneath the Shape Builder tool. If I click on that and I use my arrow keys, oops, just kidding, I hover above what I want to fill in. Why is it not working? Okay, let me undo that. So I can come in here and pick a different color, and then I should be able to scroll through, and you see those swatch colors are changing above the paint bucket. Okay, that's just going through my color swatch panel. All right, so let's say I wanted to do this gradient orange. I would come in here and I would click inside each box or each letter, and it would allow me to change the fill color. Okay, you don't have to do this, and oftentimes you pick a color that has a solid color, and you don't have to do this at all. So I'll show you what that looks like with the other font that I chose. So let me go back a couple steps to show you that. So what I mean by that is if I pick the font that was already black, so I go back here and go Friday, and then click on the black one, it should already be black. And then I'm going to go ahead and increase the size of my font. So right here, I'm just going to click here and increase that. And then make it fit. Okay, so this is already black, so it's already got a fill color. So now if I change to this, if I convert it to an outline, click on my selection tool, select it, right click with my mouse, or go to Object, Create Outlines. If Create Outlines is not showing here, try going to the type. Okay, so go to Type and then Create Outlines. And now it's an outlined font, and it's just a shape. Okay, so now I should be able to come in here and change the color of the fill. So let's go ahead and pick that gradient and hit OK. All right, that's cool. That looks good. All right, so when you're all done, you're going to go through each one of these, and you're going to find fonts that represent what those words say. Okay, so Happy Valentine's Day, Happiness, Depressing Wedding Day, Caffeine Addicts. All right, so you just go through dafont.com for each font, go through the different categories, and see if you can find something that represents those fonts. Okay, so let's see. There's all sorts of different ones in here. There's various, okay. So for wedding, you could probably do like a handwritten or a brush. For the Valentine's Day, let's see, you could find, let's see, I'm trying to find one. I think there's holiday. Oh, over here. I knew there was one for this Valentine, so you could go to Valentine. Not that. All right, so there's different categories over here. All right, so go ahead and pick your fonts, download them, open them up and install them on your computer and complete this worksheet. When you're done, you're going to save your Illustrator file as your last name dash first name dash fonts have feelings. I'm just going to delete all of this and hit save. Okay, and then you're going to export your JPEG file. Export as. Actually, let's go ahead and turn in your PNG file for this one. Okay, so PNG and then export. So I need the AI file and the PNG file.